Hello and welcome to Americans Learn. My name is Lauren, and today I'm going to be looking at Nightwish Storytime. It is spooky season, hence I am dressed a little spookier than usual. And this video, the thumbnail of it looked a little spookier than usual. So I'm hoping that this video is slightly spooky to make it Halloween centric. That's my goal. That's my hope. Fingers crossed. I don't really want to waste too much more time. If you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And we've got memberships open now, so if you want to help support the channel that way, we would be much obliged. Now let us begin. Okay, so sorry, my computer's been doing that a lot lately. I'm not entirely sure why. It starts and then it like lets the video play for 2 seconds and stops. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to watch the video and then I'm going to go back and watch it again, this time with commentary. So this time full on just watching the video.
It was the night before when all through the
All right, so I am going to be pulling up the lyrics for this one. For when I am gonna, because I'm gonna actually get into like what, like the video, and like do some like analysis and some discussion of the video itself. Because that's I'm doing this. I'm doing it this way. I'm giving it a shot. Trying to do things this way. All right. So story time lyrics. All right. Now let's go back. And I am glad that that was kind of spooky. Like there was some. I liked also the intercuts with like watching some of the behind the scenes stuff. I would be curious to see if there is like a full full version of just like the creepy costumes, because I really liked this like spooky circus thing that was going on. That was fantastic. Okay. So and again, every time that there is that like just the high notes on the piano and like you got the strings going nuts in the background. Let's actually pull up the actual song again, because that will help. But whenever the strings go like all nuts in the background, and you've got the high notes on the piano, and again, it probably is just because it reminds me of Mike Myers, like, or Michael Myers. I'm sorry, maybe Mike Myers too. But like that, just the piano, like the frenetic sort of piano, always gets my tension up. And I got an evil Snow White. I love an evil Snow White. And then the... All right, so that's interesting. All right, start right off the start. Also, I like it, just so fast-paced. This whole song, it does not give you a second to breathe, which is interesting. A lot of them tend to do a little bit more retrospective, I guess, but like this one is like very like gung-ho the whole way through. I do think it's interesting. It's Writer by the Fire imagined all of Gaia, which is, you know, an older term for Earth. She's like the Greek goddess of the Earth. Or she was a Titan, I think. Either way, I like bringing in the mythology. Took a journey into a child man's heart. And now I'm not sure exactly what that means, but like if you think of someone who's like, if you're considering them a man-child, technically, I guess often it's like they're impulsive, they are egotistical, they lack certain social awarenesses. They're selfish, I guess. They're prone to temper tantrums. So I'm wondering if, like, that's a man-child. I don't know if a child-man is supposed to be different. But, like, we definitely enter into a world of frenetic, terrifying energy here. And that's interesting too, the within a snowflake on his palm, like, cause like the whole world's in a snowflake on the palm. That means it's going to melt, like it's going to disappear very, very quickly. Which is interesting. Like you're imagining the whole world as like something as ephemeral as a snowflake on your palm. Like that's terrifying and intriguing. Okay, so we're imagining the end of all, essentially. I am the voice of never, never land. The necessities of every man. I am the empty grave of Peter Pan. A sunny god against the blue, blue sky. In my chimney every morning side. Okay, so the chimney I don't get, but like it is interesting. I'm the voice of Never Neverland, the innocence, the dreams of every man. So something you can never quite achieve, I guess. The empty crib of Peter Pan, which is interesting because he's, of course, you know, obviously Peter Pan of Neverland. He never grows up. He's like a true monster in the book, by the way. I don't know if y'all read the book, but in the book, he like leaves, like he runs away from his mother when he's like an infant. And when he goes back to check, she's already moved on. She like has a new kid, and so he's like, you know what, I don't need that. So he goes away to Neverland, and then he just decides never to grow up. But whenever the Lost Boys do start growing up, he like kills them. Like, don't grow up around Peter Pan. Like, it's always a new generation of Lost Boys, because as soon as they start growing up, he kills them, or they have to run away and become pirates, I think. I don't know. Either way, he does kill the Lost Boys, and he has a whole bunch of different fairies, because the fairies don't live very long, and he doesn't remember the ones that die. Like, Peter Pan's kind of messed up. But in any case, in this case, she's the empty crib of Peter Pan. You know, I guess potentially, like that could be, you know, the unrealized potential, the unrealized life, the silent kite against a blue, blue sky. So I'm imagining a red kite, because that's just what pops into my head. So something stark, the chimney against the moonlit night, I guess, like that, like, again, something that's like big against the flat background. I am the story that will read you, every memory that you hold dear. I love the dun dun. Like, it's really, it's big in a way that it's frightening. Like, it feels epic. Like, whenever they bring in like the tubas like that, the brass makes things feel on a much larger scale, I think, than a lot of other instruments can bring. Okay, so she's the journey and the destination. She's everything. She's like basically the narrator of this is everything. They are everything that is real, everything that is ephemeral, everything that can be imagined. That's it. I do like all the story references too. Like, again, you got mythology with Gaia, you've got Peter Pan, you've got Alice, like you've got in the video itself, you've got like the Phantom of the Opera, you've got Snow White, like creepy Snow White, you got some creepy clowns going on, like just a whole lot of different stories are being told. And I like that there's a lot of different stories being told in the music video itself. Like, you've got the 1920s, like the singer girl, you've got, of course, the circus, you have like that guy with the little girl who's being like afraid of him because he's being horrible. You've got the aviator people. Like, there's a whole lot of different stories that are going on within the video itself. And also, of course, you've got the meta version of the story where you see the performers are getting, you know, their makeup on, and like they're the behind the scenes stuff, and that's a story in and of itself as well. And it's an interesting framing for a music video about stories. I am the voice will never, never land. The innocence and grace of every man. I am the empty crib of Peter Pan. A starry guide against the blue, blue sky. Every chimney, every moonlit side. I am the story that will read you real. Every memory that you hold dear. I am the voice will never, never land. The innocence and grace of every man. Searching heavens for another earth. Yeah, bring in this choir, the chorus in the end here. Oof. It really does add a level of just, it's so big and it feels like it is all encompassing, and like they're surrounding this poor kid. It's the dreamer, I guess. Interesting too, though, like I'm the story that will read you real. Like a lot of this whole video seems to be twisting things and turning them on their heads, or like twisting the meanings around a little bit. So it's like, obviously the story that'll read you real, usually you'd think about it more the other way. It's like you read a story and maybe the story comes to life in sort of a magical realism kind of way. But in this case, the story is what's making you real. Like, it's bringing you to life in a way that other things don't. And I mean, more power, like that can happen. Like stories and like they have the power to really make you change, to make you different, to make, and like people will sometimes read a story and then actually start living their life because they feel like they've been, you know, pushed to it. So like, I don't know if that's, I'm not sure if that's what they're going with here, but it's interesting. Now everything is gone. All right. That is interesting. That was very interesting. And again, I feel like a lot of the times I can see more, or like learn a little bit more if I do let myself listen to it twice. Like just enjoy it the first time and then kind of try and delve in a little bit. I thought that was interesting that she doesn't do, like Flora didn't do too much different with her voice in that one. Like she had a very similar tone the whole time. It was just sort of rocker vibes. The whole song was kind of rocker vibes. A lot of the times in the songs I've heard, she does a wide variety of tone. They calm it down a little bit sometimes and then rack it back up. This one was very just, it was, I don't want to say one note because that sounds like it's a negative, and I don't want to make anything, I don't want this to be negative because it wasn't. It worked really, really well for this song. I just thought it was interesting that in this particular song she doesn't really have as much of a character, I guess, as a lot of the other ones she has. Which I don't know what to make of that. I don't want to like delve too deep into it, and like I don't want to just sit here and think about it until I figure it out, because that's not a good, interesting video. So, yeah, if I do figure that out, wonderful. If I don't, oh well. Anyway, thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I've really been enjoying some of these Nightwish songs. Actually, all of them I've enjoyed. If there's other ones you want me to look at, go ahead and let me know. And also go ahead and check out our members page. You know, you'll like, depending on what, where you go, like which level you're at, you'll get access to early videos or extra videos that we won't necessarily be posting for everybody else. You can, you know, choose videos specifically for me that I wouldn't otherwise be able to get to because they aren't like big enough, or like there's only like or there's only like 3 people who saw it. You know, there's lots of different things that you can do if you are a member. So go ahead and check that out. Help support the channel and let me continue to do a lot of these music videos. And I will see you all in the next one.